Wildcat Football Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Kevin Sumlin. Cats are home for the final time this season on Saturday night as they host the Utah Utes. Kickoff set for 8 p.m. And by the way, you also want to mark your calendar the following week, the game at Arizona State, also at 8 p.m., so easy to remember these last couple of bowl games. Coach, before we get to this week, just a couple things on the trip up to Oregon. I know you don't believe in moral victories, but the defense held Oregon to 138 yards rushing, had 3 sacks in the ball game. What did you see there that you liked?
Well, I thought our guys played hard. You know, the issue is against any team, but particularly a team of that caliber, you can't let the ball get over your heads. You have to eliminate big plays against explosive teams and against teams of that caliber. And we didn't do that. But, you know, down-to-down defense was pretty good, and our tackling was pretty good too. So, you know, it's big plays and that will get you beat every time.
Grant Gunnell made his second start, this one on the road, in front of probably the most hostile environment that you can find in the league. What did Grant learn in that outing?
I was talking about it yesterday. You know, the guy started and has won a game against UCLA. Then when you say you got to go to Oregon and it's the most hostile place there is, I thought he operated well. You know, we've got some issues in our offensive line because of injuries, but. You know, with that, I thought he stayed poised and did a nice job. And you know, whenever you're a freshman and you're on the road, playing a team that leads the country in interceptions and turnover margin, you know, when you look back at it, we didn't turn the ball over at all, which is on the road in that environment is a plus for him.
All right, Utah coming up on Saturday. When you look at their roster and you see Tyler Huntley, their quarterback, Zach Moss, their running back, Damari Simpkins, their wide receiver, their 3 leaders on offense, they're all seniors.
Right.
Is that
a little bit different than
us? Yes. Is that one of the main reasons that Utah is good as it is right now?
Yeah, I think they've got a great blend of everything. You know, they've got, I think I counted either 15 or 16, either juniors or seniors that are starting out of the 22. So, you know, they played a lot of football. They're older guys. You know, Zach Moss is one of the top, 3-4 running backs in the country. And the quarterback operates extremely well. He's efficient, can run it himself, accurate. You know, people have loaded the box to try to stop Zach Moss, and then you get one-on-ones on the outside. And these guys are big, physical, and fast, and an accurate quarterback. You know, it's pick your poison because they lead the league in rushing. But, as soon as you get through with that, you look at the defense, they lead the league in defense too. So there's a reason why. They've got good players. They got a great scheme. They're well coached, and they play hard.
When you say they've got a great scheme, what is it? How can we best describe their scheme?
Offensively or defensively?
Well, both.
Yeah, well, offensively, you know, they're going to hand it to Zach Moss until you make you commit to stop the run. Big offensive line. Put it in perspective, I think their center is listed at 340. So they've got big guys, strong, athletic, but and really good players, skilled players behind them. And you know, defensively, they've got one of the best players in the country as a defensive end. So you know, they've got pass rushers. There's a reason why they lead the league in all those statistics.
Utah also leads the nation in rushing defense. They're giving up 55 yards a game. You can't go away from the run. You're not going to go into that game saying, well, we can't run against them because you have to be able to establish a run. What do you look for when you see a defense like that to try and establish a run?
Well, you're trying to look at matchups too. You know, we can scheme as much as we want, but it comes down to running balls and one-on-one blocks. And so I would assume that since they practice against each other and they lead the league in rushing, that's probably why they lead the league in rush defense. They've got talented players. Their scheme is, they're gonna, where they are. It's not gonna be one of those things where they're gonna move around and try to confuse you. They line up old school and play football and with the guys that they have. So, it comes down to one-on-one matchups, but schematically, we're going to have to do some things a little bit different.
All right, look forward to that. Cats and the Utes coming up Saturday night. More Wildcat Weekly right after this.
Life is what you make it, full of endless possibilities and opportunities at every corner. In our fast-paced world, where you bank matters. Hughes helps you with what matters most, delivering dreams, adding value to your life, for you, your family, and your future. We are local, rooted in the community you call home. Join us on the journey of life. Hughes Federal Credit Union, recognized by Forbes as one of Arizona's best credit unions 2 years in a row.
Wildcat Football Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Forbes ranked Hughes one of the best credit unions in Arizona 2 years in a row. Learn more at hughesfcu.org/best.
Welcome back to Wildcat Weekly. Our guest this week is Cody Creason, one of the seniors who will be in uniform in Arizona Stadium for the last time. I mean, I hate saying that because you probably do too. What's it going to be like? They're standing on the sidelines for that last game.
Yeah, it's going to be emotional. I have so many memories in this stadium and done so much in this stadium that come Saturday it's going to be an emotional time.
I talked to Coach Sumlin earlier this week about the bond that football players have when they played together for 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years or whatever, that it just goes on and on. When did that start for you with the group that you're going to be leaving with, the seniors?
Yeah, I mean, I think it started since I was a freshman. Some of those guys I'm still in contact with, and you still, call them on the weekends and talk to them. So there's so many relationships with players that it's exciting to, build upon in the future.
What are you going to take away from your career? And I'm not talking about wins or losses, but what will you take from being a Wildcat?
Probably just the great experience I had here, both in the classroom, on the field, around campus. It's just such a great community, and, it's going to be tough leaving it.
All right, you mentioned classroom. So if you never play football again, what will you take away school-wise?
I'm getting my master's in accounting right now. I'm hoping to be a CPA if football does not work out. Yep.
So I'll come see you next April. Is that okay?
Yep, as long as you pay me enough. Yep.
Okay, thanks a lot. I thought maybe a favor there or something. You've been hurt lately. I know that's tough when you're not out on the field with your teammates, but you're getting ready just the same. You're watching film, etc. Give us your scouting report on Utah.
They're very good and physical all across the defense. Their defense line's really, really well put together. Had a tough time with them last year, so we're looking forward to the challenge of, blocking them this year.
All right. He's Cody Creason. Wildcats and the Utes Saturday night at the stadium, and we'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Football Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.